Hello, namaskar, good afternoon. It's around 3 p.m. It's 27th of December, one day after Boxing Day. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about holidays and how we receive those holidays and how we usually traditionally participate in those holidays, whether it's national holiday or whether it's just an observance. Here in Guyana we have holidays that are given to Hindus, to Muslims, to Christians. These are the three major religions, and apart from these, the national holidays, which are like Mashamani, Republic Day celebration, Labor Day, Emancipation Day, and so on. These are usually observances. Indian arrival day, when the Indians came to Guyana, and so on, right? But what happened is that when it's a Muslim holiday, the Muslim people will do their activities or conduct their sessions as they are traditionally handed down from their people who came from Pakistan and different parts of India. At that time, India was not separated into Pakistan and Hindustan. So what happened is that the Muslims who came here, they came together with Hindus. And later on, then they separated. That was in 1948 time, I think. So what happened, they would carry on with their activities, and the other groups, they would just be passive, they would not participate. But usually the day is quiet. And because the holiday, people don't usually go out. They would observe also, feel something in the air. They would refrain themselves. They wouldn't, the fighting, the outbursts, the quarrels, the negative activities would be reduced. It wouldn't be so much, So even on Christmas Day, which is usually an international holiday, people of all climes, they participate. And traditionally in Guyana here, people, Hindus and Muslims, would also participate on this day. And since it's the birth of a holy person, now in Islam they usually say that the birth of Christ is not the birth of the Son of God, it is the birth of a prophet, a saint. They regard Jesus as a saintly person. And this is nowhere mentioned in the Hindu books, but it is mentioned in the Muslims spoke about it. They mentioned it. So even though it's a Christian holiday, it has a widespread population demographic in that it is observed, it is famous across the globe. So people on that day, there's some kind of magic in the air due to the collective interest. People sing songs, call carols, they exchange gifts. So it's an activity that creates its own atmosphere, its own power it has of its own. While during the Hindu sessions, they have their activities, but it cannot reach the subtlety of the Hindu activities, cannot reach the perception of the Islamic people and the Christians. So what happened is that the Hindus don't do their stuff in a conservative way. They do it in a private manner, because most people don't understand the language. You cannot fathom the rituals, or why they do this, or why they sit like this, or why they eat with their hands, why they wear malas, what is the mala meaning? Though the mala is a rosary actually, it might be made with tulsi wood, sandalwood, or even rudraksh malas. So, and also they sip, they take things from the hand and sip blessed water, or they have the different ways of taking it. These are Aryan ways, or the tantric ways, or the Vedic ways. So they're all there, right? So being an ancient culture, the Hindu culture is said to have produced tremendous effects and results. That is why it has existed, it's continued through the ages. So Christian, Muslim, and Islam, they're all here, but though they're holidays and in a sense, but even if it's a national holiday, people generally are quiet and they do not go out so much on holidays. They would be at home. and they would cook something special or they would eat something special. And they also would visit each other's home in a cordial way, in a exchange, social exchange, and so on. So this kind of activity is most marked during holidays. This is the culture here in Guyana as I know it. I haven't traveled much except for spiritual purposes. I've been in 2 other countries in South America, but mostly I'm here in Guyana and I know how it is. So I don't know about the rest of the world, but in Guyana here, people have respect for each other's holiday, unless it is out of some revenge or some rivalry or some political unrest. They would try to soil each other's religion as a mark of disrespect and dishonor and so on. But generally, religions are here to make or emphasize on special days, special events as being important to our legacy, our tradition, our culture, our race. So this is how it is as a religion. And these religions and these cultural observances, they give marks and qualities and traits to people. Certain grooves become cut in the brain, certain habits are formed. And then when habits are formed, they leave a mark in the brain, a neuronal pathway or some sort of anatomical indentation that continues as a means of anatomical reactions and behaviors and so on. So what we have happening is that certain behaviors and habits and offices give birth to certain personalities and characteristics. For example, I'm in a religious organization. We have brahmacharis, we have novices. They have different qualities, different uniforms, different behaviors. And as they occupy these offices, I had often wondered why they exhibit certain qualities, certain attributes. But it is the samskaras, as the yoga book says, the avaduta samskaras or the brahmachari samskara, the householder samskaras, who are the grihastas, would be different. They have different qualities. So this is why achieving mystical levels also and being done mean D-O-N-N-E-D, done, given traits and titles. This is due to achieving certain merits, certain qualities. Not everybody are equal as you go up in the evolutionary ladder. Your features, your bodily changes, gestures, behavior, and so on would emerge differently. And so, like in my organization, I have novices. They have householders. They have the uninitiated who might be sympathizers or visitors or associates. And then they have those who are initiates. They look different entirely. They physically, once they get initiated and get the mantra, they start to look different. They have different qualities. When they move up, they become tattvika or acharyas, family acharyas, or monk acharyas, what they call renunciate acharya, full-timers. They also appear differently, And when the avaduta traits also, meaning avaduta actually is a person who's renunciate. He's free. He's being nourished and nurtured by nature, by the universe itself. He doesn't really depend on the society and the world to keep him and nourish him and to support him, when they become parodas, that's a very high spiritual level, and they also look different, have very reverent, they have, they look very wise, or they look very calm and controlled and so on. So all these people have different qualities due to these things like holidays and practices and observances and so on. So we are not all stamped by God to be a certain earthbound definition or gift or whatever we are. We become different when the box is open, when the gift is open, and so on. People become different through practices, through experiences, through life, through nature, and all of these things. So this is a little bit to clear up about our everyday situation in places and circumstances that often confound us and puzzle us and makes things a little difficult. Namaskar, have a pleasant day.